So, could you please introduce yourself?
So my name is Zaid. I am 24 years old and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa.
How did you come across Freedom Vietnam?
I had a few friends that pursued the ESL teaching career and they recommended Freedom Vietnam, in which I contacted the team. So the reason that I decided to come with Freedom Vietnam instead of going with other agencies as well is because coming from friends that I trusted and seeing how well they were adjusting to the new environment, especially the new country, it really stood out to me.
How do you feel about Vietnam so far?
Leading up to my relocation to Vietnam, I was feeling a bit anxious. The reason is I haven't traveled solo before, but after arriving here and meeting with the Freedom Vietnam team, I felt as if I was welcomed into a new family. Since I've been here, I haven't experienced no crime whatsoever, so this verifies that it is the second safest place in the world. It has a lot of culture as well. There's so many things to do.
Tell us about your visa process.
So I know with certain countries it can be a bit difficult to acquire a visa, but with Freedom Vietnam I just sent them over the relevant documents, which was basically my passport and a picture of my ID, and literally within a couple of days I had my visa and I was ready to come over.
Tell us about your first day in Vietnam.
I had one of the Freedom Vietnam members fetch me at the airport. He was waiting for me outside once I arrived. I think he was there for at least an hour before I came, so I really appreciate that, especially considering that I felt a bit nervous, especially coming into a new country and not knowing whether or not he would be able to find me. But yeah, so like I said, it was very welcoming. And the Freedom Vietnam team, they stay in this villa, which they call the mansion. And it took me to the mansion, and I stayed there for about a week or two. They really just made me feel as if I was a part of the family and I wasn't on the street looking for a place to stay.
Tell us about your job application process.
So with the job application process, when I arrived, I first got onboarded with the team. They provided me with training, how to handle my interviews, how to give demo lessons, and within the next 2 weeks I had so many interviews and demo classes with major schools, international schools, language centers, public schools, you name it. I had so many options to choose from, and fortunately for me, I was successful with all of the interviews and demos that I did with schools. So I had options to choose from. It was basically to see which job would be best suited for me. I did inform the Freedom Vietnam team that I would like to work 2 jobs so that I can capitalize on the amount of money that I'm going to be made of that I am currently making in Vietnam. And they were all on board. They got me exactly what I wanted. So for that, I am very appreciative.
Tell us about your new jobs.
So I'm currently working at one of the top rated international schools in Ho Chi Minh City, and I am working at a language center, which is the top language center in the whole of Vietnam.
So do you have any final thoughts?
So if you are someone that is looking for financial freedom and you want to take on a new journey, especially if you do not have too many responsibilities back home, I would definitely recommend joining the Freedom Vietnam team. As well, if you're someone like me that is business orientated and you would like to fund your different businesses, then this is the perfect place to be. If you want to open up a new chapter of your life, I would definitely recommend going with the Freedom Vietnam team, as I am truly grateful for the opportunities that they have provided me with.